Friends, I owe a deep debt of gratitude for all the fine words said about me in the address. I feel sorry that your curiosity to hear me led you to a kind of bad manners. I want you all to stand up solidly for retaining English as Union official language. But I also want you to cultivate good manners on a serious occasion like this. My predecessor gave you a masterly exposition of the subject. What I utter may carry some weight with those in authority, but what he has said will carry much more authority than anything I am likely to say. It is therefore appropriate that you should have mastered your patience for a few minutes more. The reception committee chairman referred to an ugly demonstration at the airport. I liked it very much, but I do not like the temptation to disorderly ways. They came in bus loads to tell me their opposite points of view. Do not I know this? I am aware of the sentimental opposition, and that is why I am shouting. Did I not tell me, friends, even yesterday before starting that I am going to face a demonstration here? It did happen, but if they are equally like us, why this strong opposition? It is to be opposed by argument. I know that those for whom Hindi is the mother tongue are vociferous of this because they feel that they can have some advantage. Why are we opposing? Because we do not like disadvantages to be imposed on us. Possibly, if the behavior of the other party is softer and more reasonable, we can even accept such domination. The propaganda that is going on proved to us that we ought not to subject the future generations to that kind of domination. We want young men to have equal distribution of justice, of advantages as also disadvantages. Now, therefore, I have explained I do not like the demonstration. We want a little sense of justice and practical common sense. I know of a strong feeling that one of our languages should be on the throne and not English. In the past, people did not like that English should just be boosted by those old fools. We have learnt English centuries ago, and it is a gross mistake if we throw away our precious heritage. Today, they said that they wanted to introduce Hindi for the sake of unity. It was a big cry. I want to tell all people that unity came in a very indirect and wonderful way. The British were ambiguous and political minded. They wanted to rule India with strength, and contrary to their intentions, India became united. That unity amongst people and states was maintained by the language of the offices. Removing English was like removing pipes from a drainage system in a city. Therefore, if English language is lost, there is bound to be disunity. Let Hindi be used in song and cinema. Let English be the medium of communication between one state and another, between the center and the states, and the language of the center itself. The 1% of the people knowing English language ran the administration both in the center and in the states. The official language was not meant to buy things from the bazaar but for transacting business. The movement for the imposition of Hindi was that of the uneducated to govern the government. The illiterate felt an exhilaration that they can become officers and members of the legislature, because for membership of the legislature, education is not essential. I am not joking, but laying down a democratic proposition. I reiterate that the enforcement of Hindi as official language for the entire country would amount to injustice and isolation between different sections of the Hindi was not distributed evenly all over India. Politically and otherwise, our progress was indissolubly associated with English. The highest authorities maintained that English medium must continue. Having reconquered India by non-violence, it is unjust to impose Hindi by violence. It was a miracle that the best distributed language in India was that spoken by the least number of people. If by a self-denying ordinance that new Republic of India decided once for all that they did not like to contact with the rest of the world and that Hindi alone should be the official language. It becomes impossible to enforce that doctrine. The states might use the regional language, though they might find it difficult to do that now. National pride should not sway us. Deterioration in English is due to the propaganda that is going on about its abolition. Ill-considered schemes of education are also responsible for this. My point is that we should be able to evaluate the scientific and technical literatures of the West. International scientific terminology should be adopted. The polyglot medium in the universities could be tried. I would therefore suggest that Hindi should first be introduced in Hindi areas and developed to its full stature. Sudarshan Metal Works Limited, Vijayawada. Dear sir, we acknowledge receipt of your letter of the 25th ultimo. While thanking you for the continued cooperation you have been extending to us in the matter of constant increased supplies of your products, we wish to convey to you the healthy liking that your products have earned from the public. And the increasing sales we have been able to maintain will show the rapid rise in the sale of steel almaras of 7.5 feet, 3 feet, and the new type of steel wells of 2.5 feet. As you are aware, the latter type is finding increasing favor with petty shopkeepers all over this region. As we have intimated to you in your previous letter, the demand in order is already in the neighborhood of 3 figures. Since the design is very attractive and the size handy, it is no wonder that it has earned such liking and repute. Next, your new tapil boxes of 8 inches, 12 inches is on great demand. In view of the strength of the box and thickness of the steel plates used and consequent durability, we have been receiving MP10 enquiries whether our principals could supply steel boxes of still bigger sizes for use in the household. We therefore will be very glad to inquire whether it is not possible for you to manufacture and supply steel boxes of required measures, of course, if the demand is commensurate with the effort and cost involved in such manufacture. We wish to hear from you about this in your next letter. Next in great demand is the new type of folding cots, both with plain iron sheets as also of spring wires. As you will notice from our previous sales, people from the rural areas are fast becoming good customers for these cots as they are bug-proof and durable. The sale of these cards is showing good and speedy progress, provided the same standard is maintained. The other articles of your manufacture, as already informed, are finding a steady market. Thanking you, yours faithfully.